Hey guys, I am your host Anarchus Gaming here with another Fortnite Save the World video, and today we're going to be testing out the Cloaked star. So he's a mythic ninja and I got him max upgraded. His health is 146,117, shield is 78,916, and his three abilities are throwing stars, crescent kick, and smoke bomb. And then his description says cloaked in mystery. Well, I guess you'd call it a description. I'm not really sure what else to call it. Anyways, his health regen rate is 3,670. His shield regen rate is 19,700. His shield regen delay is 8. His hero ability damage is 12.8. His hero healing modifier is 12.77. His run speed is 410. Sprint speed is 550. Throwing stars cost 30 energy. The cooldown is 10 seconds and releases a volley of throwing stars, which deal, I think that says 48,725.5 damage. Crescent kick costs 30 energy and its cooldown is 10 seconds. Execute a powerful spin kick which stuns enemies and deals 67,767.6 damage. So his third ability is smoke bomb. The cost for that is 40 energy. The cooldown for it is 45 seconds. It drops a smoke bomb which slows enemies and deals 29,123.3 damage per second. So yeah, throwing stars are, really great for taking out small husk. Crescent kick's really good for slowing down mist monsters. Smoke bomb's really good for small husk and stuff and getting away really quickly. Standard perk, fan of stars, I think it says. They're all throwing stars together in an arc, adds one additional star. Passive bonus granted if this hero is slotted in a hero loadout. Commander perk, fan of stars, they're all throwing stars together in an arc, adds 3 additional stars. Replaces the standard perk if this hero is slotted as the commander. So sorry if I'm reading this too fast. I'm also might read something incorrectly because I'm having trouble reading this. But yeah, the class perks include mana sleep, so jump an additional time while airborne. Ninjas don't take fall damage, so all ninjas pretty much have mana sleep, I'm pretty sure. Shadow stance, after eliminating one enemy with melee weapons, enter shadow stance for 4 seconds. Shadow stance increases armor by 60, movement speed by 15%. I hope I read everything correctly. I'm having trouble seeing this because in Upload Studio, as I'm doing the voiceover, it shows up in a small box. The video does while I'm doing the voiceover. So yeah, the Cloaked star has a perk called Round Trip, so throwing stars return to you, dealing their damage again on the way back. Requires 2 ninjas of legendary or higher rarity. So yeah, if you have the Cloaked star, you have access to that team perk, so that's what I'm using to show it off during the gameplay later in the video. And the next video I plan on testing out Swordmaster Ken, because in my where all my heroes are, next to Cloaked star on the left is Swordmaster Ken, so I'm going like bottom to top with the stuff that I've upgraded. Not really sure why I chose to do it that way. I'm guessing it's because well, oh, I know why. Because if I start out towards the bottom, then as I get closer and closer to getting more to the top, I won't have to go down as less, and Dyer's towards the top, and these what I use most of the time, so I think that's why. But yeah, I've decided for these hero testing videos to do power level 128 to build the radar grids. So yeah, its modifiers are Ice Storm, Healing Death Burst, and Slowing Pools. Yeah, well, you all can read that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and read it anyways. 60 Frost Up, Schematic XP, Epic Perk Up, and obviously Gold, because pretty much every mission gives you Gold, no matter what. So yeah, and I like that it gives Schematic XP. Frost Up I could care less about, because I make most of my weapons energy. Now, it wouldn't hurt to have some weapons that are water and fire in nature, because as you go up in higher power levels, the need to have to deal more damage to husk increases. So yeah, that might actually help me out. But if I use weapons of other elements, I'm probably not going to have very many, just a few. But yeah, the struggle with waiting for a powerful 128 build the radar grid is like big, because I've pretty much been waiting since like the weekend, and I just last night found one. And I found one like the day that I'm doing the voiceover, which is like Thursday. I found one, but it didn't have a time limit on it like the other missions, and so I had like an hour left for the other missions. So I went over to my dad's, and I was thinking, okay, the map hasn't refreshed yet, I should have enough time. Well, it disappeared. So yeah, hopefully when the map actually the map has already refreshed as I'm doing the voiceover right now. So hopefully when I finish doing this voiceover, when I go to, if I'm able to check the map, which I think I should be able to, as long as the world doesn't end within this amount of time as I'm speaking right now. But for me, it's like 6 right now, 6 p.m. So yeah, hopefully when the map refreshes, what am I saying? I'm not paying attention to my words carefully before I speak them. The map is already refreshed for me, so hopefully when I go to check that, I hope that there's a power 128 build the radar grid. That way I can do a video on Swordmaster Ken. So yeah, instead of having to wait till tomorrow, or even longer than that. Yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night, but I think it's worth it. Also, in case you all didn't know, the VenderTech Blaster got added back. So now it's like with the collection book. It's in the collection book with the rest of the VenderTech weapons. And I really like the VenderTech Blaster because it's a really unique pistol that has a scope, and I really like that weapon. I've never got to use one before, so that'll be exciting for me when I go to use that. And some people probably don't like that because they're like, oh well, these people can just research it out of the collection book, or they get or this weapon's not rare anymore, blah 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 blah. Now I understand that, and I kind of, I know I've kind of felt like that before, but I'd rather everyone be able to have the chance to have it than those few players who still have it, who most of them have probably quit the game already. Just, being bugged. Like, some people will beg for them to craft it, and that annoys people, and some people refuse to craft it for you, even if no one else asks them, and even if you promise to not tell anyone that they can craft it. And so that was annoying to me, and I was worried that I would never ever get to use a VenderTech Blaster. I was like saying to myself, just once, if I can use one, at least just one, I would be happy. And I could not manage to get my hands on one. That's how rare it was. But yeah, now there are only two schematics that I don't have in the game, and that's the vacuum tube sword and the lightning pistol, and I have yet to find it. I have yet to find someone with the 130 sunbeam of either of those, so yeah. Probably not as hard to find as the gamertag blaster was, but still, I might struggle with it. So hopefully they add the vacuum tube weapons in to expand into the expansion schematics later on in the future. Anyways, by the looks of it, they're probably not. They're probably gonna add Blockbuster because that's what's being requested by a lot of people. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about the abilities really quickly. So, I typically don't like to use throwing stars because they don't do a lot of damage. I mean, they are a quick attack that you can do, which is good if you have small husk around you. But yeah, if you want to take out those annoying small husks, then you may enjoy using throwing stars. But throwing stars isn't a thing that I like to do. I prefer to do attacks that take more energy and do more damage but have longer reload times, like Dragon Slash. So I prefer Dragon Slash and stuff like Kunai Storm because it does more damage. But yeah, Crescent Kick, it's pretty good because of its knockback on smashers, takers, and blasters. Might save your life, like I mean your in-game life. So yeah.
Here we go.
And then Smoke Bomb. It's good for small husks sometimes. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's more meant for, escaping husk. But I don't really like to use Smoke Bomb very often. It doesn't really help me in many situations, but it's okay. I liked it better when Mega Base Kyle still had his squad bonus that allowed Smoke Bomb to fully restore your shield. I wish that was still a thing, because then I'd appreciate Smoke Bomb more. Yeah, anyways, I've noticed that in this, Crescent Kick requires you to do LB and RB when you're playing as Cloaked Star. But when you're playing as Dire, you use RB for it. And that kind of confuses me. Good thing I paid attention to the screen and what buttons you were supposed to use rather than trying to do it by just memory. But yeah. It's something I guess I have to get used to. But yeah. The abilities that I prefer for a ninja are Kunai Storm, Dragon Slash, and Crescent Kick. I like to do the heavier attacks that deal more damage, because to me it's worth the wait. So yeah. So last mission that I was testing out a hero in, I tested out Wukong, if you remember, and I was not able to move very fast because Wukong is a soldier and not a ninja, and since I'm playing as a ninja this time, I was able to move a lot faster, so I was actually able to get away from Husk better, and I was able to avoid taking as much damage, so I didn't die as much. And also, I was able to travel faster to the radar towers and build faster as a result. So yeah, I did have to use a lot of hover turrets during this mission to get the Husk away from me, and I had to use my weapons a lot too because my abilities didn't do very much damage here. but that's okay. Also, I used a sword during this mission to test out the shadow stance. The shadow stance effect isn't too good in this video because it doesn't really increase the swinging speed of the sword very much at all. But anyways, as far as the speed from the ninja running, I was able to get to the radar towers faster, obviously, than when I was playing as Wukong. When I was doing a video where I tested out Wukong. And so, when I was doing the video where I tested out Wukong, I only built 3 radar towers, and then I spent the rest of the time using the abilities. Well, this mission, I got bonus radar towers built. I mean, I was working until the last minute at the radar towers, but I still got all of them done. Now, some people watching this may think, oh, you're spoiling your own video, but I go ahead and do that because, well, if I don't, I'll forget to talk about it as it happens. So, yeah. Plus, since you all already know that it's a voiceover, it doesn't really matter that much anyways, because I already obviously know what happened. None of this is a surprise to me as I'm doing this voiceover because I did not have live audio to this video. And here I am, barely halfway through this voiceover, and I'm already running out of stuff to say. At least I'm not talking as fast this time, so it's saving me more time than before. So, yeah.
3 towers. Good job.
Yeah, there I go. Getting that 3rd
You have time.
radar tower built successfully. So yeah, as you can see there, the sniper that I was using, the scoped, I think it's a dragon, I think it's called a dragonfly, I can't really remember because I don't use it very often, but it's a power level 94, and the reason I'm using a power level 94 is because, well, for multiple reasons. One, I want to be able to save my 4-star and 5-star materials, so the weapons that I get out of storm chest and regular chests and stuff, some of them I use. So like if it's anything other than a sniper and shotgun, as long as it's at least 106, I will use it. But if it's under 106, then only if it's an explosive weapon, a shotgun, or a sniper, then I won't, unless it's one of those things, then I won't use it. But if it's one of those 3 things, I'll use it, because shotguns typically do a lot of damage, and if they don't do a lot of damage, they do a lot of knockback, and knockback seems to be effective no matter what power level. Maybe not as effective, but still somewhat effective. And damage for shotguns, as long as you get headshots, they still help a lot, even at lower power levels. Same thing with snipers. I mean, there are the semi-automatic snipers that don't do as much damage, but I still use them anyways, because, you know, why not? It'll save on materials, on building materials. I mean, I'm not low on building materials, but I like to save them just to show people, hey, you can get to the game barely ever crafting your own 106s or 130s. And without trading too, because you don't have to trade. You can pretty much solo storm chest and use the weapons you get out of there, and you're fine. I mean, the weapons you get out of storm chest you might not like that much. They're not really the best choice for everything, but they're at least something to use, and they do get the job done most of the time. As long as you, of course, build your traps properly and in the right spots like you're supposed to, then you should be fine. But yeah, I'm glad the Husk in this mission had healing death burst and not exploding death burst. I mean, I wouldn't like them to have healing death burst, but it's better than exploding death burst at least. So anyways, normally I don't craft 130 noble launchers, but I decided to for this because I felt like I had to so that I could get the radar towers built on time, but normally I don't do that. So yeah. Sorry if I didn't test out the abilities enough like you may have been expecting, but I tried at least. I tried to test them out, but the abilities didn't really help me kill the Husk very much, so I had to use hover turrets and my weapons in order to kill a majority of these Husks, unfortunately. But yeah, sometimes things happen. My videos don't always go perfect the way I want them to, and they're probably not ever going to go perfectly. Something is probably always going to happen, whether it's while making the video, or doing the voiceover, or while trying to upload it, or even after it's already uploaded. Sometimes things go wrong with YouTube, and, well, lag and stuff. And sometimes when I'm making the video, it looks fine, like the graphics look fine, but then when I upload it to YouTube, it's blurry sometimes, and I'm like, why? Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen in this case. And same thing, like what happened last time is probably gonna happen, to where I make the video 30 minutes and it's probably gonna say 29 minutes, just because the video cuts out like by one tiniest part of a second. For some reason, YouTube likes to round downwards, even if you're closest to the next minute, it still rounds down. I don't know why. I don't like that. It kind of looks cringy to me, but there's nothing I can do about it as far as I know, so, well, we'll just let it go. It's not that important. What's important is me making this video to show people who may not have heard about Cloaked, or might not have seen gameplay of him, or you may have seen gameplay, but you might not have known everything about him that I have said in this video. So yeah, I hope this video is useful to somebody, or at least, if it's not very useful, entertaining maybe to someone. But yeah, so I kind of have some bad news when it comes to school. So I have a science test, like an extra test, like a test that I normally wouldn't have to take. Not sure why. I guess it's to measure my progress. I don't think it really counts as a grade, but it's one of those extra tests. And I also have to do on-demand writing test, and that can be useful. If I pass it, I won't have to take my English final next year, but if I don't, well, it won't hurt my grade. It'll just be, oh well, whatever. But yeah, then I have to take a civics exam, because it's a graduation requirement. And I also have finals, so some of my finals are in the form of projects and some of them are not. So yeah, I have 3 projects at the moment, unfortunately. And one of my projects, part of my progress got deleted on it today, because my school issued Chromebook decided well, it didn't really decide because it doesn't have a mind of its own, but as a figure of speech, what happened pretty much was my Chromebook crashed probably because of the amount of tabs I had open, and I didn't really have a choice. I had to have them open because they were really important for my project. And yeah, Chromebook crashed and the tabs got closed, and for some reason the research that I had, when the tabs reloaded again, when I was able to get back into them, they had different information from before, information that wasn't really helpful. So I had to find new information. That took me a while, and that wasted my class time, unfortunately. So yeah, me talking about school might not be very interesting to the people watching this video, but I'm kind of running out of things to talk about here. So yeah, some of you may be like, oh, you're just complaining about your problems, why do that? Quit being negative. Negativity doesn't really, help you with your problems. While negativity might not necessarily solve my problems, it at least makes me feel better sometimes. Like, complaining about my problems is how I feel better about them, how I deal with them. Because if I don't complain about them, then eventually it might get to the point where I feel like I can't take it anymore, and then I might get in like some sort of yelling rage or fuss or whatever. And yeah. And again, I almost forgot to do the emotes. So yeah, maybe I'll have to make a video to where I go through a certain amount of heroes' emote dialogue, and yeah. But I know there's more dialogue than just emote dialogue. Some heroes have the same dialogue. Some heroes have their unique dialogues. So yeah. So I'm glad I successfully completed that mission. It was late at night, pretty much almost 2 in the morning when I recorded the gameplay. And yeah, pretty much what happened. And something is on the floor, and I don't know what it is, but I heard it. Oh well, I shouldn't worry about it right now because I'm doing the voiceover and I need to focus on that. But yeah, I'm not really sure how the loot system works in this game. How come I get only level 3 loot when I built all of the radar towers by myself in a power level 128 mission? I don't understand that. And it was a clutch too. I kind of do well sometimes under pressure, but other times I don't. It just all depends on what time of day it is and how my day's been going. And yeah. And if I feel really good or not. But yeah, that new assault rifle, it kind of looks like the glitched out version of the typewriter. Pretty much the typewriter for a while had a glitch to where when you went to evolve it in the evolution screen, like where it shows what the weapon looks like, it pretty much looked kind of like that weapon, except for it, like, the gear that the new weapon has. Well, it had a gear just like that pretty much, except for it was rusty colored, so they kind of look similar. So I don't know, like, yet if it shoots like the typewriter, but I definitely gotta test it out sometime in a video, because I get excited whenever there's new weapons and added to the game. So yeah, I really have no idea if it will shoot like the typewriter, but yeah, I'm glad I got the Gamertag blaster, and I hope to test it out sometime. Of course, I have a list of other things I gotta upgrade first, but yeah, since our time is left in this video is short, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the stuff I normally say at the end of the video. So don't forget to like and subscribe, to support my channel and share this video with your friends, and have a good day, everyone. I hope that I helped you out today and that you enjoy these videos. So yeah.